Welcome back, guys. Houston's POV podcast. We back, y'all. Fourth episode is going to be getting chose versus choosing. And what I mean by that is women approaching you. Women coming up to you at the bar, coming up to you at the club, coming up to you saying that they like you, hitting you up on dating apps, whatever it is, versus you going after the women that you want. You knowing what you want and approaching it fearlessly without the fear of rejection, not allowing that fear to dictate who you date. I thought it was a great topic.
That's a monumental step that I think guys just have to overcome, because we gonna hear no 100 times before we hear yes. You know what I mean? So accepting rejection, you can't care about rejection. If you get in your feelings when somebody tell you, no, I got a boyfriend, or no, I'm not really feeling you like that. If that hurts your feelings, then you setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Yep. What you think? Would you say that that's something that a lot of guys will struggle with, James?
Rejection is the one thing everybody struggles with. Nobody wants to be rejected, but like Marcus said, that's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
But we all know that there are guys out there that are currently been married for years to somebody that they don't even like.
Mm-hmm.
How did
I think it's hard to like anybody after you've been with them long enough. I mean,
on
the surface
he didn't like her after the first couple of weeks.
Oh man,
why did he marry her?
But that's just what I'm saying. There are guys that would settle.
About?
Do I have to use example? Do I have to use names?
Okay. Can't use his name.
Do I have to use names?
Don't use his name.
We'll call him. What was your uncle name?
Melvin.
Uncle Melvin has settled for a woman.
Settling ass Melvin.
Uncle Melvin was approached in the club by a woman.
That's first ex.
You know, whatever, and she's like, "Oh yes, you attractive. Let me get with you. Give me your phone number. Let me holler at you." So he's like, "Oh, okay, I ain't had to do nothing." So she called him saying like, "Yeah, what's your name?" She has taken a alpha role in the relationship, and he is, I don't know what would you call his role?
Simp.
Simp. She's taking the alpha role. She's like, "Melvin, let's go do this. Melvin, let's go do that. Melvin, we getting married in March. Melvin, come buy me a ring. Melvin, where you at? Melvin, come over here. Melvin, do that." And I'm telling you this, Marcus. I'm telling you this because I know women that play this approach with men, and they have no problem dating. Like they date frequently. Like they have guys, and of course,
that's the thing though, is that while we have to accept 100 no's for a yes, they get to give out 100 no's. You know what I'm saying? Like they get to reject. They have, when it comes to relationships, women got the power, man.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But in regards to that guy or that type of
Uncle Melvin.
In regards to Uncle Melvin, man, Uncle Melvin, that's a recipe for disaster. And I understand that there are women like that date, and you know, it's almost like a dictatorship, but you know, it's unfair to a guy like Uncle Melvin.
But Uncle Melvin think that this is his only way to get married.
Oh well, Uncle Melvin needs to go to church, or he needs to educate himself. He needs to go to school, talk to somebody, go to the barbershop. I don't know.
In general, men like to go on the hunt. So when a woman approaches a man, okay. The first,
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
There's not anything honest with it, but true or false? And I guess it's hard to ask this question because it's not a black and white question, but generally, would you have a little more respect, or would you try harder, or would you be more on your P's and Q's for a woman that you felt like, all right, I got an opportunity, I'm not going to mess this up, versus would you be a little bit more casual, laid back, a little bit more overly yourself with a woman who you feel like, yes, she want me?
Well, it depends. It depends on how, you know, she approaches the situation, because
I guess, yeah.
You know, if anything, I'd be flattered. You know, if you approaching me, wow, that takes some gusto, because most girls don't do that. So you have my attention. Let's see what else you got. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
However, you know, if it was like one of those instances where we was in the club back in the days or something, you know, and somebody pushing up on me, and I I connect with them that night, you know, I wouldn't necessarily respect you in that light. You know what I mean? Like, but ultimately,
you was on she was on the hunt, or she was on the prowl that night.
Yeah. See, if that's the case, then you know it's a completely different situation. I'm not even.
Okay. So now if a woman approaches me, a classy woman approaches me, and she is the real deal.
The real deal.
I guess, you know, the first time we talked, at that point I would just proceed as if I'd approached her.
Yeah.
But you establish that early. You don't do what Uncle Melvin did, and you just let her pick the dates and let her do this and let her. It's okay every now and then, but you get into that habit, you'll never be able to get out.
So there is a difference.
Oh, yeah.
There's a difference between...
You think this happens often?
Probably.
Personally, I do. Personally, I think a lot of older women...
everything.
I personally think a lot of women that are in their late 20s, early 30s may feel like, I got to go up to him.
That's tough, man.
But I mean, I honestly...
Whatever works. But
I honestly think that's what's going on. Like, I honestly think that those women at that point in their life, the only guys that approach them are scumbags. Or they may feel that way. They may feel like, I'm tired of Ricky, the rapper, approaching me. Every guy that approaches me is a rapper. Every guy that approaches me is selling weed. Every guy that approaches me
is selling weed to rappers.
Yeah, he's selling weed and rapping in the same place
to support his rap career.
The weed is helping his rap, but it's not.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so that's the only thing I'm saying. Okay, so think about this. Put yourself in her shoes. Put yourself in Mary's shoes. Mary's 31. She's established, got a master's degree. She's gone on shitty dates. Yeah. She's been used, abused. She's been cheated on. She's tired. You know, her mom making her feel like, man, when you gonna get married? When you gonna have children? You know, she's feel like she's done everything everything she's put into her hands and control. She's won with her career.
Got a hell of a point.
You know, with everything. So, of course, naturally, she's going to feel like, I got to take dating in my hands. Mm-hmm. Because I keep letting the guy do that, and he keeps fucking it up.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, though. That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you get to that point and you've evaluated your life, you reflected, you understand that things ain't working just waiting on somebody to come magically sweep you off your feet, then yeah, step out there. I mean, why not? It's worth a shot.
Yeah. I'm what I was trying to say was that it's okay for Mary to do that. What is not okay is for her to take that role in the relationship that continues from that initial I'm going to approach him stage. You know what I'm saying? Because some women may feel like, okay, I approached him, so I should be the alpha in the relationship. Because if I'm not, then it may tank. Because anything that I'm not in control of tanks. You know what I'm saying? Or that's how I've succeeded in life, by taking control. And what I'm trying to say is, even though you may have failed in those past relationships because you didn't trust the guy, or whatever the case was, he cheated on you, or he didn't have his ducks in a row, or whatever the case is.
The timing wasn't right.
The timing wasn't right. Don't let those past experiences make you feel like you can't trust the guy to be the leader.
Yeah. I mean, and that's why I say the timing just wasn't right, you know, because I think that if Mary is this controlling, or, you know, has all these aggressive characteristics, so to speak, I think that when she meets a man who is a leader, I don't necessarily think that he would allow. See, Uncle Melvin was, you know.
Yeah. Uncle Melvin
just wasn't. Yeah. He wasn't ready to be.
Nah. This is definitely not an Uncle Melvin situation. This is Mary's situation. I'm just saying, Mary is Okay, let me start back. Okay, so Mary meets a guy or whatever. She sees a guy.
She met. Okay, I'm confused now, because I'm thinking of a woman that, you know, takes on this persona of having to run the relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think that if she's with a man that's a leader, that's a man, that conflict wouldn't be a problem.
But she don't know that. She don't know him yet. She's only basing it on past experiences. She don't know him yet. She's approached him. She's gotten his number, whatever the case is. Mm-hmm. In her mind, she's thinking, this is probably just another nigga that don't got his shit together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to play the alpha role. Not until shows her. You know what I'm saying? And he can show her all day. She still may not be convinced. She still may be like, nah, because Ricky the rapper was doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So she may still feel like, no, I still don't trust you. No. If I don't control this, then no. And that may tank her relationship. That's what I'm saying. You gotta you have to trust that. You know what I'm saying? You have to trust the guy to lead. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of your past experiences, because the man's role is to lead. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you chose him or he chose you. At some point in a relationship, you have to let him lead. You have to let him be a man, even if he don't know how to be one at the time. You have to let him learn.
And so it's almost like choosing or to choose or to be chose. Is like, well, you know, the point is to have a choice. If you a respectable person and you were to approach me, I'd be flattered by that, and I want to pursue you just like I want to see where it's gonna go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now
because there's a difference between. Because, okay, I'm sitting here thinking. I'll sound like a hypocrite this episode. I'm sitting here thinking. When I was 16, I was out on my birthday at Papados, and Megan was with her family. And she was over there. She's a teenager. I'm a teenager. She noticed me. I noticed her. I was with my family. Well, she left her number with the waitress. When the waitress brought me the bill, the waitress said, "This is compliments of the young lady." And I'm like, so I called her.
Ice cold.
But see, to connect the dots on what y'all saying, the difference, she left her number, and I'm going to give you a shot. I'm going to leave the door open. I'm going to throw it up. If you don't alley-oop it, you're in the wrong sport. Yeah. Versus...
And she could actually, I mean, if we talk an analogy, she could have been a horrible basketball player.
She could have.
But
she didn't do is
shot.
Get up, come over there, get my number, call me 3 times. Like, she made it obvious that, hey, I'm interested in you being interested in me.
Yeah. That was a very mature approach.
That was a very mature approach. In fact, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it.
What's she?
It's a confidence, man. You know, who don't want to get chose, man?
Yeah.
I'm
having to think back. I was 16. That was 15 years ago.
Very interesting when you say that. Like, who doesn't want to get chose? When you really think about it, you know, like you like having your ego stroked. You know, having a woman come up to you and say, "Oh my God, like I just had to come up and just get to know you." You know what I'm saying?
I remember I was at a club in college. My sophomore year in college.
Are you sure you want to tell the story?
No.
All right.
I'll tell you when we cut.
Like
it's not a good story.
The point of it is that I know a lot of women listen to this are probably older that, you know, have taken that approach with guys. They've probably taken that alpha role with guys because let's just keep it 100. A lot of us out here ain't shit. A lot of us don't know how to court. A lot of us don't even know how to talk. So you can't blame a woman for wanting to take the reins in her hands because, truth be told, she's capable. You know what I'm saying? Like she's accomplished so much in her life. This is a small hurdle. You know what I'm saying, compared to what she's already done. But at the same time, like, it's a reason why man was created and then woman was. You know what I'm saying? Now, every guy may not have it together, but I could definitely say that Cleansher has helped me so much in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, me developing into the man that I need to be. You know, I wasn't the man I was back then. You know, like, I didn't have the maturity level that I do now. And it was because of her, you know, because of the dynamic that we had. And not to say that she had a alpha role in the relationship, but she pushed me to be an alpha. You know what I'm saying? To take the reins in the relationship and do certain things that I didn't feel like were important. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're an adult, I'm an adult. I'm not about to lead you. You know what I'm saying? Like
that goes back. Sorry to interrupt, but that's what I was saying about if it were a woman with a man, it wouldn't be a problem because essentially what you just said is that Cleansher allowed you to lead her.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. She recognized what it is she got or has, and she sees the potential. She sees the qualities in you. She loves you. She cares about you. You know what I mean? So based on that, she wants you to grow to this position to where you actually want to lead her. You want the type of relationship, that mature type of relationship, to where she trusts you enough
Because at the end of the day,
to follow.
Following what you're saying, what real woman actually wants to lead a man?
I don't think any of them do. I think they feel like they're forced to.
Leadership is responsibility.
I'm not gonna say any names, but I know women that are leading men right now. You know, that are doing everything, that are steering the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? And the guy is just, you know, he's along for the ride. Like
that's his fault on some level.
That happens sometimes though, and it's not necessarily because of the woman, or you know what I mean. It could just be based on upbringing too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He may not have learned, hey, dude, like, you know, you have the potential to uplift and actually carry this family to where you want it to be, right? You know that, right? He don't know that.
Yeah.
So if you don't know that you have this power, you don't know that you have these natural abilities that you were born with. You know what I mean? God-given abilities that you were born with. You know, if you don't know that you have those, then how would you exploit it? How would you harness that strength that you have?
See, this is where I think the woman plays a key role here. Because let's just say guy and girl meet. Okay. Guys, extremely low confidence. Don't even know how to make a sandwich. You know, never done anything for himself, doesn't know anything. You know what I'm saying? So the woman at that point in time, her natural nurturing sense, you know, kicks in. And she's like, you know, she teaches them how to make a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? She teaches them, you know, like you put the ham on, you put the bread on top, you know, and there's your sandwich. He's like, oh, so simple. So simple. Now he should take that knowledge and start making his own sandwiches. And then capitalize on that confidence that she just gave you. Because now you know how to make it. You know what I'm saying? Don't waver in your ability to make the sandwich now. She just taught you how to make it. Respect her for teaching you how to make the sandwich. Because you really are supposed to know that before you met her.
Fair.
So respect her for that. And take that with you. And don't hold it against her. But capitalize on it. Okay, I know how to make a sandwich now. Let me try to cut it in half. Like let me try to put some lettuce on it. Like let me try to, you know, like take that what she gave you. And the reason I'm bringing it up is it takes two. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect when you meet the person. You know what I'm saying? We're all flawed. But you take what you are good at. You know, what you already know. You give it to the other person. And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And both of you guys will begin to see the changes. You know what I'm saying? Both of you guys will see the growth. Because you guys are growing each other. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be receptive of that. You have to understand that I didn't know how to make no sandwich. Accept it. Live with it. Don't beat yourself up about it. But grow from it. You know what I'm saying? Say, okay, I didn't know how to make a sandwich, but I know how to do this now. I know how to do that now. That was me back then. You know what I'm saying? But me now, I'm a totally different person.
So you learn just along the way. In different relationships, you learn these skills that it takes. You know what I mean? But I mean, just going back to choosing. You know what I mean? Choosing or being chosen.
The point of it is that there is good and bad with both options. You know what I'm saying? But what it comes down to is, at the end of the day, it takes two. It's not one person choosing the other, or you choose her, she chose you. At the end of the day, after that first interaction, starts the actual relationship. You know what I'm saying? If it's meant to be. You know what I'm saying? Don't get so caught up in who chose who chose what. You know what I'm saying? As long, you know, like you said, the woman might approach you, but don't let her doing that dictate that she's going to be the alpha in the relationship. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, still maintain that, like, okay, you may have approached me, you may gave me your number, but I'm still a man.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, if that's the type of man that you are, that's the type of guy that you are, that, I mean, what's understood doesn't have to be, you know what I mean? It's almost, that's not something that has to be forced. It's just, yeah, you approach me, yeah, I'm quite a phenomenal guy. You know, I'd approach myself too if I were you.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like, if you approach me, I called her and I'm like, you know, I appreciate that. I noticed you, but I didn't know, and looked like y'all was getting ready to leave. And so I was like, well, tell me about yourself. And then I said the next time we were going to talk.
That don't mean you about to run my life.
That didn't mean I'm going to sit here, all right, well, hey, you got my attention, so what?
So the whole point of it is that for a guy, it shouldn't matter who chose or you choose. You know, it shouldn't matter.
Well, no, fuck that. I mean, guys, what is the freaking problem with approaching women? Honestly, like, is it that bad? Because now it's common. Like, that's something I hear all the time. When I come from a world of going to Astroworld, you know what I mean, getting dropped off, and like the entire objective was to get a piece of paper and get as many numbers as you could from 11 a.m. when your mama dropped you off to 8 p.m. at night when you can't walk no more.
And think about that level of rejection. Think about that level of rejection.
It never fazed me. I was bulletproof.
That was like training camp for pulling,
because now people
I walked through a crowd to get to one.
Now guys, what are they doing? They're approaching people on Facebook, on Twitter, talking to them. You ain't even talking to her.
That's
you typing to her.
That's where we done messed up a little bit though. I appreciate the technology, but it's nothing like face-to-face interaction. You can't get confidence over computers.
Right there in the middle. We were right there in the middle of that wave. Like I got to play basketball outside and ride bikes and skateboards and scooters and stuff, but I also got the internet. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I wasn't.
It was just enough.
I played outside.
Yeah.
Like kids don't play outside no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know, but I got the best of both of those sides of the world, man. But wow, I don't know, man. It's really crazy. Choosing or being chosen.
I got my confidence
it don't matter, man.
and all of that, and the ability to speak and listen. I got all that from face-to-face interaction.
Yeah.
So all the guys that
trial and error
that were born in 94.
The only reason I would use a chat was to get the number to get on the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. That's still my approach now in business.
But they aren't doing that now.
That's still my approach now because communication is only 7% words. So if I don't talk to you in person, you only get the words. So there's a 93% chance of miscommunication.
Yeah, it's ambiguous. You know, it's like texting. It can be misunderstood, misinterpreted.
Man, how many women do you guys know that have told you that they have gotten a guy's number or they talking to a guy and all they do is text?
Yeah.
Like that's common now.
I don't understand that though. Like,
I don't understand it either.
I guess it's because we come from a different era, which wasn't that long ago, but it's just a different time. Like where you had to go talk to somebody. We had to remember phone numbers. You remember like everybody we knew in the 7th, 8th, we knew their numbers.
Yeah.
We had a Rolodex in our brains. I don't remember my own damn number half the time now.
I can remember my number to save my life. That's crazy. We had to memorize numbers, and you had to go to a payphone and make a phone call if you needed to.
Society has like put us in a position where you can't be chivalrous or you can't be that knight in shining armor no more. Like it's just I don't know, man. It's crazy to hear that. Guys don't approach me. What? Okay, well, don't let that beat you up. You still.
Yeah, don't let it.
Lady, but
please.
I've heard it a couple of times. I just don't think that it's it is what it is. If you gotta approach somebody, then go for it. If not, screw it.
Just don't let that dictate the relationship. But definitely reach out to us on this one. I know we asked y'all to reach out to us on the third one, but hey, you can do both because that's the whole point of this. Let us know. Have you been approached by your girl? Are y'all in a relationship right now?
I don't know. That was a player story though. You see, I'm sitting down at dinner with my family.
That was cold, James.
That's a true story. 2000 and...
How did he present it to you?
That was 2000 and... I was 11. I was 16, so that was 01.
What did the waiter say to you?
The waiter was very nice. He said, you see the lady over there? She was like, hey. I'm like, yeah, I see her. This is her number. She wants you to have it. I want to have it.
Storage in the Triple D.
And we wound up going to college together too. I used to tease about that all the time.
That's dope.
That's crazy. You guys let us know if you have any stories that resemble the conversation we just had. Are you a woman that feels like you have to approach a man just to get past the first or second date? I mean, let us know. Let us know because we aren't women. We have no idea what you guys are going through right now. You know what I'm saying?
If you're a guy that don't know the art of pulling, maybe we just need to talk about pulling.
The last thing that I would say is we got to consider time frames. Because, okay, say you and this guy kind of go to the same bar a lot. Or, not bar, but y'all kind of go to the same coffee shops or whatever y'all do a lot. and you've noticed him a couple times, and you've noticed him noticing you a couple times, but you can tell he's too scared to pull the trigger. Mm-hmm. That's because, see, when you think of a woman approaching a man, you're thinking that night first interaction.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more along the lines of, okay, I done ran into this guy 6 times. I know he liked me, but is he that scared?
That's another way to look at it, because some guys may naturally be a shy guy. So I mean, this woman that has the courage to actually go and speak to him, I mean, that could be the best person. That could be his future wife, you know. But he just hadn't figured out the game. He's not. Not everybody's smooth. Not everybody is good with talking to people or good with words. So, I mean, in that case, then, you know, it may work out. But that's a different way to look at it. You know, some guys just don't have the juice.
Houston's POV podcast.com. Coming soon. Houston's POV on SoundCloud. Houston's POV at Twitter. Houston's POV podcast on Facebook. Houston's POV podcast at gmail.com.